LeBron James goes for 31 points in the loss. He's speaking with Mike and the media.
Hey, LeBron, Frank has talked about how typically the next day the knee is pretty sore after you put in a night and you're able to kind of use that time to get back. You did play in the one back-to-back that you had earlier in February, but just wondered how that impacts your recovery and what the mindset is for tomorrow night.
Well, I mean, only time will tell. Obviously, we're about to hop on the flight right now, head back to L.A., so it's usually the following day. And, you know, I'll wake up and see how it feels tomorrow and get to the arena like I always do and start to prepare and see how it reacts to the game tonight. So I'm hoping for the best.
Just curious your analysis tonight, and a lot of it in that first quarter, when Phoenix goes for 48.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't versus the number one team in the league. There's no way you can go down, 26 points at the end of the first quarter, give up 48, and expect to make a game out of it. We played, pretty good ball in the second quarter, but you can't dig a hole like that versus a team like this.
Bill.
LeBron, I'm sure there are other questions about the game, but we had the opportunity to talk to AD for the first time since his injury today, and it seems like there's some progress and that he's going to be able to get back on the court, but who knows what that timeline ends up looking like. Are you able to look ahead at all to when he gets back and what kind of difference that can make for this team, or is that something you just have to kind of keep in the future and when you get there, you get there? Yeah,
it's more of when you get there, you get there. And obviously, his health is what's most important for not only himself but for our franchise. But at the end of the day, my focus is solely on each day, each game. That we as we plan and trying to stay, in the hunt, of the play-in or whatever the case may be. So, when that happens, obviously I'm gonna be extremely excited. I mean, missed the guy, I missed the big fella out there, but I can't focus on that right now. But seeing him not in a boot is definitely a plus for sure.
LeBron, for the season, you guys are 9 games under 500, but even with the loss tonight, you're a game over 500 with you starting at center. What do you think, or do you think that is the direction to go, the best option for you guys in the interim?
I mean, obviously, it's hard to say. I think we only had 11 games with me starting at center, I believe. I think we're 6-5 or 7-6, but it's a small dosage, obviously. But I mean, we've had so many different lineup changes this year, and trying to figure out ways which ones works the best. That's probably been the only one that's been above 500. So we've tried to stick with it, just try to have some consistency with some lineups, and like you said, tonight was not a winning ingredient for it, but we've had some very good moments that with me starting at center.
I know statistical milestones certainly feel more meaningful if they're attached to a win, but I'm just curious, considering it's a 1-of-1 type of stat, becoming the first player in league history to reach 10K in points, rebounds, and assists, what that caused you to pause and reflect on?
Well, my teammates congratulated me after the game. My mom texted me. I believe she hit me at halftime. I seen me after the game, but it's just pretty. Like, I get lost for words anytime like things like this is happening to me. Just knowing where I come from, I automatically start thinking to my hometown of Akron and my upbringing and where I come from and the dreams that I had of being in this league and playing at the highest level, and to now sit alone at a statistical category in this league that I've really modeled my game after, being able to score, rebound, and assist. To sit alone at a stat is pretty I say cool, but then it's like it doesn't quite make sense to me. But it's an honor to be a part of this league, and no matter what's going on this season, you try to take the victories that happens, throughout the course of a long marathon. And tonight is one of them for not only myself but for my hometown, for my family and friends.
LeBron, Malik said that he thought there are nights when this team just doesn't try enough. Has the effort? Have you seen consistent enough effort at a winning level from this team?
I think when we get down, we've lost so many games that we feel like we can't get out of the hole at times. And, a team going a 12-0 run or 9-1 run. I mean, tonight we was up, 8-2, and then they went on a quick run after that. And I don't even know the run it was, but they just, started blitzing us after that. And we just, as a collective unit, we haven't been in the foxhole enough to be able to say, okay, we can get out of this. And, that's something that's hurt us all throughout the season.
Actually, that was my question. To follow up real quickly, does getting 80, a guy you have been in the foxhole with, and obviously the team the team won't get the continuity, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
does just getting him back, how much will that?
Yeah, I mean, it
fix?
puts a Band-Aid on some things, but I mean, we just haven't had enough chemistry, enough time, with our group to be able to know exactly who we are and what we can become, and had enough minutes on the floor. We literally just played a team that has, probably had the most consistent starting lineup over the last 2 or 3 years. And obviously CP's been out, but, they bring in Cameron Payne, and the thing keeps going. So, it's challenging for us, but 80 definitely helps. But it's not the, the answer to all the questions.
Thanks, Roger.